I want to run. I want to hide. I want to tear down the walls that hold me inside. I want to reach out and touch the flame where the streets have no name. Welcome to Nerds Gone Rogue, episode 125. Yes, that was you too. Partner.
See you soon.
Fuck
your couch, Reba.
My name is Matthew Keel. One of the very few appearances of Reba just happened. I am at infinite_rewind on every social media platform that I choose to accept. Alongside me is only a moose at Sven everywhere.
That's right.
He and I are hitting the fireside. We had a weekend.
Mm-hmm. We did. I had a 3-day weekend. That was nice.
We recorded a lot this weekend.
We did. Bye, Reba.
Moose says bye, Reba. And we recorded the Nerds Gone Rogue Game of the Year awards are in the official books.
Mm-hmm.
They will be revealed soon enough. I also recorded 2 additional bonus shows, and I personally did not see the Game Awards when they aired. And Moose and the rest of the crew, Corey, Jason, Jeff, Ed, and Jesse, all did a live reaction to the Game Awards. So I feel like it's only fitting for Moose to bring me up to speed on what I missed, because I'm not going to watch it myself. I don't have that time. I don't have that kind of time. I'm too busy playing Spelunky on my Vita.
That's right.
So first and foremost, how are you, sir? You okay?
Doing good, man. Doing good. Played some. Well, today we had a snow day. Today we got like 8 to 12 inches
snow.
Yeah, we got some snow down here in the south, and the problem with North Carolina is it's not like snow. It's not that people don't know how to drive on snow. It's the fact that like it's warm. It's like cold enough to where it snows, but then it gets warm enough in the middle of the day to like melt it. But then it gets cold enough at night to like make it a sheet of ice. Mm-hmm. So it's not like I agree they shouldn't drive like NASCAR drivers when they're out there in the snow. Number one, if you're not driving like that and you're taking your time and you're moving slow, then fine. That's good. If something goes bad, then it's not your fault. You can't control it. But if you're out there driving like an idiot, it's your fault. But anyways, I think the South deserves some credit in the fact that like it is ice. It's not like it snows and it just stays snow. You know what I mean? Yeah. Until like spring comes when it decides to thaw. Like it gets warm down here. Like the roads were already dry by sundown. So, I mean, it's warm enough for that stuff to melt, but we still got snow on the ground. Anyways, office was closed. It's doing a late start tomorrow at 10 a.m.
Cool.
So I stayed home. The wife and I stayed home, obviously, because, the office is closed. Mm-hmm. And I played some Siggy, which it's like a Ghouls and Ghosts type game. Played that, got the platinum on PS4. I played some Onrush with Jason and Jeff, and we just rolled on that, and we're just trying to get the platinum on that. I'm like 49%. Jeff's got like one more trophy than I do, but he's got one because there's one where you have to do called the Vomit Rocket, where you have to do like 4 barrel rolls. And he's like, there's a specific spot where you can get it real easy in the map, and you just got to try a couple times. And so I have to go through.
Pretty easy platinum then?
Yeah, it's pretty easy. Well, the one race we just did, So there's like regular races, and so there's like challenges inside each race, but then there's also like tournaments, and so there's like you've got like a match challenge, and you might have a tournament challenge. And so this one tournament we were doing, you had to get 28 takeouts, which is basically destroying the quote unquote orange cars.
Yeah.
So like basically the way the game works, and this is why I love the game. It works in it's a racer, but it's continuously going. There's no start, there's no finish line, there's no start line. Like the game loads up and your car is already racing, and then basically you just hold down the gas and you go. And so you have the people on your team who are blue cars, you have the enemy teams who are red cars, and then there's what's called fodder. And they're either guys in on motorcycles or their cars. And if you hit those, they help you get boost. And then what happens is as long as you're boosting, you're filling up your onrush meter, and then different cars do different things. One of my favorite cars is the Charger, which if you like hit people from behind as you're rushing, like it's an automatic takedown. So anyways, you got like side swipes. You've got like you can land on someone and crush them. It's a takeout. You could like run somebody into like an object. It's a takeout. And so they have like all different kinds of takeouts. So we had to play the tournament like 2 or 3 times to try. We got better each time. Like we all got better getting more and more takedowns. And then Jeff and I were the last ones left trying it. And we both got it before we called it quits, for me to record tonight and for him to go me to have dinner as well, but him to go get dinner. But game's a lot of fun. It's a blast to play. There's all kinds of different modes. Like one mode, the main mode is countdown. No, can't remember what it is, but there's one where you just get points from boosting, continuously boosting and using your onrush. So there's that one mode. There's one mode where you have to drive in between green gates to increase the time. So basically there's a counter that counts down for each team, and every member that goes through a gate kind of like negates like a ticking down, like it puts time back on the clock. So basically you're just trying to hit every gate, get in between every gate, and stop the other team from getting in the gate so that you can run them out of time and win. There's another one that's really cool called Lockdown, where a traveling capture zone will just race down the raceway. And so basically you have to be inside of it. And then obviously it's like capture the flag in any first person shooter where, you know, if you're the only one in it, you're capturing it. If an enemy team comes in, like one member, it's a neutral zone, and then like you have to like duke it out to try and capture it. So that's a cool mode. I like that a lot. And then there's one called Switch Out, where you have like 3 alteration, like you can crash 3 times, and then the last vehicle, like you just stay on the same vehicle and you'll just respawn forever. But as long as your team maintains their switch outs, like, and the other team doesn't, you win. So it's a lot of fun. There's a lot of cool cars in it. It's definitely, it's fast. It's pretty. The only thing we have had issues with is connectivity. Okay. Like, so like we'll be playing just fine. We'll finish a race. We'll go into the next race and we'll just sit there, and I'll just be like, oh man, he's like, I just crushed that guy. And they're like, huh? And they're like, you're in a race? And I'm like, yeah. And they're like, we're sitting out here waiting for the host. So we've had a bunch of issues where the game has not loaded fellow players in the game session into the race. We've had disconnections. Like Jason and I were playing yesterday, where we had an issue where the game disconnected and kicked us all the way back to the main menu. So some small gripes with the game, but other than that, for free, if you have PlayStation Plus, it's free and it is awesome. It's a lot of fun. I'm enjoying it. I look forward to platinuming it and calling it a day on that one. I'm hoping to have it before the end of the year. I think I'll have it by next week, because I'm 50% through, and I only have like the campaign mode. I only have 2 story modes left before I'm done. So, and I think that's what I need. A lot of the trophies are on the tail end of the campaign. So, but just playing all that. I tried, is it Donut County? Mm-hmm. I tried that today. I know I messaged you to see if you're on. I didn't see you on, so I just popped on your account and downloaded it. But that's a lot of fun. Like Katamari Damacy, where like You start out with a little circle in an area.
Instead of rolling stuff up, you're sucking stuff in a hole.
Yeah, you're just eating stuff through a hole in the ground and making the hole bigger. And then
I'm sorry, we have to speak in context of the game. We're eating stuff through a donut.
Yes, through a donut. Yes. So it is it's entertaining, the story's cool. I'm enjoying it.
How many realms how many little areas have you been to?
The last one I was to was the like pull off like side part where the guy was making like firecrackers, or like like a firecracker where if you put the hole under the hut, the arm with the fire comes down to light it, and you scare the birds. And so I've been doing that.
Did you get to the part where you've seen the area where it's like them down,
hanging out,
talking and trying to figure out what the hell happened and why BK did all this. There's one of those scenes where they basically spend the entire cutscene arguing about what an actual donut is.
Yeah.
Have you seen that one?
I don't think so. No.
Okay. Yeah. No, that's good. Do you like the texting in that game?
Yeah, texting's fun.
the quacking. I quack that shit all day long.
Exactly.
every time there's like,
it's funny.
I didn't realize there was a trophy for getting that, for doing that 100 times until I just got it like the first cutscene because I was just interrupting everything they did.
Nice. Very nice.
The game's good. The soundtrack's really good.
It is. I'm enjoying it. Have you played anything?
I wanted to try Onrush overnight last night. I did not because I got stuck playing Hitman.
I don't think that's a problem.
No.
Say I got stuck.
Not a problem at all. I just all I wanted to do was dress up as a flamingo and kill people. And then I not to turn this into trophy time on Nerds Gone Rogue, but I think I stumbled into a trophy in the Miami level that is kind of bonkers.
Yeah.
It's called Unleash the Pink Army. So I've done this mission like probably 6 or 7 times. I was kind of trying to see what it takes to get a mastery of 20, and all you have to do is do it different ways.
Yeah.
And one of the things I noticed, there's one way to kill the race car driver as a flamingo who's blackmailing her. Like the guy is in a flamingo suit and he's just blackmailing her. You knock him out, and then you take the flamingo suit, do the meeting, kill her there, and whatever. Well, after you do that mission, you unlock the ability to start as a flamingo in the stands. So I was just wandering around. I'm like, what happens when I start as a flamingo? Well, I stumbled into this booth where you can take photos with the flamingo, and I saw a photo and I grabbed it, but I remembered you can use these AI generated military things that scan pictures to kill things. So you use that to kill the other main guy. Well, I found the guy who's trying to blackmail her, knocked him out, dragged him up to this secret military intelligence testing thing, scanned the picture of the flamingo, and I figured it would shoot me, but it shot him because even though he was already like out of commission, it shot him, pissed off everybody in the base. But as they're running in, they've all changed it. They've all turned into giant flamingos. Like they're all just all of a sudden wearing the flamingo mascot suit. And I'm like, holy crap, what the hell? Then the trophy pops. I'm like, wait, what just happened?
Nice.
and that distracted me to the point where I died. And I'm like, wait, and it's very rare that I stumble into a trophy like that's that opaque. I was just literally farting around trying to see what sort of dumb thing could happen in Hitman. Well, so after that, I Googled it, and I saw a guy do a run through and escape as the flamingo from the race mogul's like helipad. Well, apparently, if you do that and escape as the flamingo, instead of taking off in the helicopter, you just see the Hitman in the flamingo suit, like waving wings and flying off. Like, this game is amazing.
I gotta play this game.
It is so stupid good.
What's the platinum look like? Is it a
there is no platinum.
Oh, that's right. I think I remember hearing that.
Like, there was no platinum for season 1, and with as much fun as I'm having with it, I don't care. I'm going to exhaust the fuck out of this game.
I mean, seriously, if Onrush didn't have a platinum, I would still just play it. I mean, let's be honest, my game time with it would probably just be to when we're done with the platinum and be done with the game. I mean, as far as Jason, Jeff, and I playing together with that game, I don't know if it'll go past us platinuming it. I mean, we might move on, or like fire it up and be like, hey, let's race. Or if somebody else download it, like you're playing it.
I mean, I have it. I'll download it. I do want to try that just because hearing you talk about it, like usually when you or Corey or even Jason, Jeff, I mean, and Ed and Jesse, when you guys talk about a game that is like fun for you guys, I want to at least try it out. Yeah, because we're all buds.
Yeah.
And our tastes don't always match, but I know like, for instance, like when Corey tried Hitman, I kind of knew going in that there was a chance he was probably going to be like, wow, this is not for me.
Right.
I mean, I knew there was a chance when I was bugging you about Bloodborne. I knew there was a chance you were going to be like, nope, this ain't for me. I also knew there was a chance you were going to end up how you are now.
Well, I thought I was already trying Bloodborne before you tried to get me into it.
Right.
That's why I could have swore I was playing it already.
You had tried it, but I think you and Todd had similar like statements on it. I'm like, look, let's do it together, and I'll basically help you build some momentum in the game, because a lot of those it's like pushing a boulder up a hill.
Yeah.
If you just feel like you're just struggling for absolutely no gain,
yeah,
you'll stop. But once you get some momentum and some things happening, and you realize, oh, wait a minute, this might not be as daunting as I originally thought, then you're like, okay, I'm in. And you were in super deep.
Oh yeah, I'm doing a Saw Cleaver run.
So nice.
I'm gonna stream it. No weapon upgrade.
Oh wow, good luck.
So it should be interesting. So
yeah, I mean, I think at that point you're just sort of you're just like planning to take more time on enemies
and bosses.
Yeah,
just being smarter with bosses instead of just.
I do have a question about Onrush. Is that the one where you leave a trail, and the more you stay in that trail, you boost?
There different cars do that. So so there's a car like when we were trying to do the takedowns. So Jeff was in a car. I can't remember what the car name is, but when he onrushes, he gives unlimited boost to teammate cars around him. Then there's also one where there is like a blue, like there's either a blue trail, because you're always the blue team. Yeah, so it's like Battlefield. You're always the blueberries, never the Doritos. Anyways, so you'll the colors they call blueberries.
I'm like, wow, blueberries and Doritos. Okay.
Anyway, so like you'll have like a streak behind you, and it'll actually help your team like get ahead, because like especially for lockdown, like you can just like this is another gripe I have with it. Sometimes you could just tap a wall, like side swipe a wall, and you're wrecked. Well, if you're in a car like the Titan, which is a heavier car, so the good thing is it could take more damage and you're more likely to take out other cars. The only thing is it's tough as shit to catch up with the leader, like the pack.
Yeah. It's
like
slow as hell, right?
When the game respawns you, you're like, you got to like work all the boosts that you can to try and get back to the front of the pack. Because like I said, if your team's getting taken out and there's 4 of their teams in the front, they're going to lock down the objective before you even get to it, you know? So,
yeah. I mean, that's kind of a area for strategy and balance too.
Oh yeah. Like I said, it's a lot of fun. Like we'll be like talking to each other, be like, hey, I got this, do this, you know, I'm going to use my rush, all that stuff. And it's pretty cool. It's a
multiplayer trophies, or do they have to be multiplayer, or can you do it?
No, you can do it all single player.
Okay.
Because like all the stuff.
Well, I just know that like when I'm playing games, I know that you guys predominantly aren't.
Yeah, so. No, you don't have to play with other people. You can totally play by yourself, as far as I know.
All right. I will probably mess with that this week.
I'd have to look it up to confirm it for you.
Yeah, we don't have to do that right now. So let's get into the meat of this show. The Game Awards happened. You guys did a live reaction. I was not present because I was recording one of the bonus shows. So I figured, let's catch each other up. Or Moose, you can catch up Matt, whichever way you want to go. I know a lot of announcements happened, as well as a lot of awards. So I figured we could go through it together. So you will handle the awards. We could talk about them. We're not going to go through everything because we don't know everything, and there's a lot of stuff in Spheres that we don't have a knowledge base on.
Right.
Like I like the fact that esports are getting their due, but that I don't follow them. I know Ninja won Content Creator of the Year. Good for him. And his problematic fan base. And then I was happy about the one thing I did really catch was when Sonic Fox. We don't have to go into that, but I do like in his acceptance speech is, I'm a furry, I'm a gamer, and I'm pretty much everything that Republicans hate. So yeah, like I respect that. Like just own it up, man. But I think he won Esports Player of the Year, correct?
I believe it was Performer, but yeah.
Okay, yeah, but I know that he's big in the Dragon Ball Fighters arena. At least in terms of like that's where his most of his.
No, it was Player. My bad.
Okay. Yeah, I know that. I know that he's big in the Dragon Ball Fighters scene. We'll call it. So Moose, we'll just go back and forth. We could talk about we'll talk about awards from you first, and then announcements from me.
All right. Well, we already talked about the Content Creator of the Year. So there was a bunch of esports stuff. I really don't pay attention to a lot of that. So like, if you want to dive deep and get like all of the awards and all the winners, by all means,
consult Dr. Google.
Yes, Dr. Google will get you what you want. I think so. I'm just going to pick up here. Best esports event. The winner was League of Legends World Championship. Everybody knows that game is like insane. Like it's insane. As far as like how many fans it has, how many people play it, stream it, enjoy it, and then just compete. You know what I mean? To be the best of the best. So I think that's pretty cool. So.
That between that and Dota, MOBAs sort of had a weird flash in the pan that the video games industry was following them, and then they just manifested into their own thing.
And then Overwatch. I mean, Overwatch you could throw in there too.
Yeah,
you know?
Yeah.
As a MOBA. So.
Well, yes and no. I feel like
it's just more like just a battle arena type thing.
Yeah, it's more like a team based objective.
Yeah, because there's not a lot of there's no minions in that that continuously get sent to the other team's base to destroy it. So
yeah, So, but yeah, like the fact that those games have sort of spun off into their own thing and are creating their own economies and fan bases, and it's just generating serious popularity within their sphere. Good for them.
Yeah.
Long may it continue. I mean, I will watch a MOBA. But I don't understand. My buddy June, he's a med student, and he's like he tried to explain it to me once, and it was literally like trying to explain calculus to a monkey. Like he was like, so this, and I'm like, huh?
Like, once you get like the small pieces of it, it's not like it's cool. You know, the problem is like you have to. So like I play. There's one on mobile, which is pretty damn fucking awesome, called Vainglory, and it's free to play. If you want to pay to have like your hero always available, you can do that, or you could just use the ones they rotate out. Like they rotate which ones are available to play. And you know, it's cool playing that game, going in, attacking, then you level up and get your special power. You get to pick like your abilities that your character has, depending on how the other team's playing against you and like what you need. And it's pretty cool. It's strategic and it's a lot of fun. And so like if you're understanding that, it's like, okay, my job is like to be in the main line, like killing the other minions so my minions can move forward. Like that's your job. You know what I mean? Like, and then, you know, like there's like the number one thing with like MOBAs is sometimes you have to retreat. Because like you'll be moving the minions forward, and you'll encounter like 2 enemy players from the other team, and it's like you're not going to win that. Like that's not a win for you. So you know what? Let your minions be destroyed. But if you're further than the halfway point, if you're like into their territory, you're already winning because your next set of minions is coming right behind you. You know, and so you just keep pushing them, and it's a lot of fun, and it could be a lot of fun, and it could be stressful. You know. But I recommend checking them out if you get a chance. Like I said, Vainglory is free on mobile. You can check it out and play it and have a blast with it.
I tried Vainglory when I had an iPad, based on the recommendations of Drew Scanlon from Giant Bomb when he was there. He talked about Vainglory quite a bit. I think that was just the moment where I said, you know what, I can't play these games, but I can watch them. I think that I think that's still a cool thing that they're insistently watchable, even though you might not ever want to dig into it.
Yeah.
Okay. So I'll go to the first announcement. Now I'm just going by I don't know if this is chronologically throughout the show or what, but I'll just go through this article I found with a list of the announcements. So apparently there's going to be a Marvel Ultimate Alliance 3 called The Black Order, and it's a Nintendo Switch game coming in 2019.
Yeah.
Cool.
Pretty crazy.
Yeah.
It's weird that a game like that's had series on other platforms is going to get locked to the Switch. But then we were talking about it during the show, and it makes sense. Because the game kind of looks like a mobile version of Marvel Ultimate Alliance, and we're thinking that because they're not going to be able to run the Avengers game from Square Enix on the Switch, they got that. Like they went to Marvel and been like, we want this exclusively for our console. So,
okay,
that's what I'm thinking.
Yeah, I mean, good on Switch for getting stuff. I think that newish things for that platform will only help.
Yeah, I mean it
sucks that like I don't really have any interest for it.
My thing is, and in all honesty, like that game kind of just proves the point that like the Switch is like a glorified tablet. It's just Nintendo. It's Nintendo's tablet.
Yeah.
It's basically what it is. And I'm not saying, and here's the thing, I'm not saying that tablets don't have amazing games. I'm not saying that you can't go to the Google Play Store. You can't go to the App Store and buy amazing, awesome games. It's just like when you look at it, you're like, yeah, that's a mobile game.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like
there's still a stigma.
I will bet money that Activision Blizzard, like Nintendo, goes to them and is like, hey, can we get Diablo Immortal on the Switch?
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
Will.
And run that on here. Let us be the first one to get that, and then everybody else can get it, or whatever. Mm-hmm. It can skip consoles. I mean, that game just depends. If they treat it like a true mobile game where it's like in-app purchases and you have to grind it, or if they allow you to buy a certain tier of the game and be fine, like say $20, mm-hmm. and then they're like, okay, hey, if you want this, you can pay for this. You can buy, boost packs or whatever. Let the people that want to do that, but also let the people that just want to buy the game one time, enjoy the game. So,
okay.
Anyways.
Yeah.
Kind of went on a tangent there.
That happens. It's fine. Next up, awards.
I'm going to go with so we're going to stick these two together. So we got best esports team. The winner was Cloud9.
Mm-hmm.
In parentheses, LOL, which I guess, I don't know.
League of Legends.
League of Legends. Yeah. I thought it was like laugh. I was like, laugh out loud. Okay, that's pretty funny, guys. Anyways, and then best esports player was Dominic Sonic Fire McLean, also known as Echo Fox. That was a gentleman who's pretty cool. I thought that was cool. And then I'm just gonna polish these. I'm gonna throw this one in too because it's all esports stuff. Mm-hmm. Best esports game winner was Overwatch.
Okay,
which is really interesting. I feel I don't want to say it like if those two were to go toe to toe. I think. And I'm not saying it's a detriment to like the game, but I think Overwatch has more of a casual player base. League of Legends is more, and I'm not saying like.
I know I think I know where you're headed.
I'm just saying like anyone can pick up Overwatch and play it and love it. Whereas League of Legends, I think you have to be at you have to play to get to a certain tier to even try and get to that highest tier. Like Overwatch, if you play first-person shooters and you're good, you can enjoy Overwatch and not be in an esport.
Yeah. You don't have to.
I don't know of many people that play League of Legends that aren't like either doing esports or what I mean, like competing against friends. But I guess you have to because it's MOBA. But
I think what I was trying to say about MOBAs is like you have to spend time just to get to garbage tier, and that's where I sort of realize, okay, I don't want to spend my time just to end up at the bottom of the barrel. I don't want to. I don't want to work on this and and become a fan of it just to be bad at it or to get my face handed to me every time I play, whereas Overwatch is not that. I also think watching Overwatch, you don't have to follow a player or an esports player or an esports team because you can be like, oh, that guy's Tracer. I like what Tracer is. I like what Zenyatta is. I like what, you can attach yourself to the characters in the game rather than the players. Whereas MOBAs, I don't think you have that.
Yeah, I agree. All right.
And then one announcement that I see that makes me really happy is the Stanley Parable coming to consoles.
That'll be cool.
I like that this is a narrative game where very much in the very much like Bastion from Supergiant Games, like it was the narration was just a part of that. But this time the player definitely has the option to go against the narrator. Like, because when that first came out, like I would watch people play it and it would be like, and then such and such went to this place and the person playing would be like, nope, I'm going this way. It's like, or not. And he went off there doing exactly the wrong thing. Like it would be like, it was a weird sort of interaction with the game. And as someone who fancies himself a writer, as well as really likes the idea to break down conventions with writing even though I could never do it myself. I like that. I like that exists, and I'm glad I'm finally going to get to play it because I have not played it. And then I'm just gonna throw out a new one, another one, just because I think this might be cool. Journey to a Savage Planet by Typhoon Studio, a new team made up of developers that worked on Assassin's Creed and Batman: Arkham Asylum, announced a game coming in 2019. It's an upbeat adventure game, and it says there's enough material for a battle royale concept, or the concept is enough material for a battle royale concept or a survival game. Developers have sort of gone on record saying no, it's an adventure game, which is fun, which makes me happy. So I look forward to seeing more on that. Do you remember that one from the Game Awards or no?
What was it again? I'm sorry.
Journey to the Savage Planet.
I don't remember that title, but I probably remember that trailer.
Okay.
No.
Okay. All right. Next award.
So next award, our personal favorite category. The two of us sitting on here right now. Best debut indie game. And the winner went to The Messenger. On
who are the nominees there? Do you have the nominees?
So the nominees are Donut County,
Okay.
Florence,
Okay.
Moss, which was the VR game,
Yeah.
The Messenger, and then Yoku's Island Express.
Okay.
So those were the nominees.
I haven't played Moss. I think the only game I've played there is I played Yoku's Island Express. So Yoku's Island Express or Donut County, I think probably would have been better. Because the Messenger was, to me, the Messenger was a bummer. I got to where the change happens, and it was not. I did not find that to be a big deal. I did, and it might just be because I don't have nostalgia for the Ninja Gaiden games, but Yoku's Island Express and Donut County would definitely have been my picks for that.
Yeah.
Any thoughts?
I'm fine with The Messenger. Get it?
Okay.
I've heard good things about it. I would have picked a different indie, but then again, our indie for this year on NGR was not technically from this year. So but here's the thing, though. If you really want to argue about it, it was an early access, and it didn't really release until this year.
Yeah.
So even though it's an early access, I technically don't count that as a release.
No.
So just like Hades from
It's early access now.
Is in early access now. I wouldn't really count that game until next year, until it was released. This is our final version. We've tweaked everything that the players have suggested through early access, which we appreciate, and blah blah blah. And I'm, like I said on the show, I'm fine with them doing what they're doing with that. So anyways.
Yeah, and then speaking of which, the next one is Hades, which is from the developer of Transistor, Bastion, Empire, Supergiant Games. Every one of their games has been a favorite of mine the year it has come out. These guys make great games. Their mechanics are fantastic. Their storytelling is it might be some of the more interesting in the industry. Yes, there are probably better stories, but I feel like the way that they piece things together in their narratives is really cool. And Gen Z might be the best character designer in the industry.
Yeah, she's done some really good work.
Everything she's done just has style to it. And I cannot wait to play Hades. I will do what I need to do to play that game. In early access, hopefully, but I will do my best to make that happen because roguelikes are my jam. Next award, Moose.
So the next award on the list is Best Student Game. And the winner was Combat 2018 from Inland Norway University of Applied Sciences, Norway. So they had a bunch of stuff. They had UC Santa Cruz was on there, Spain was on there, France, MIT was on there with a game called Charge. It pretty much covered the world, which was awesome. Yeah. You know, it was nice to see like a wide array of nominees, like from different countries, instead of just like here's 6 from like America. Yeah, you know, which is or North America, including Canada and possibly Mexico or Latin Americas. So I thought it was pretty cool that we got like around the world nominees, and it was pretty cool that they won.
I like that there's a student game category because
I agree. Yes.
Let's disclose everything. It's not like we have access to these games, but the fact that they are looking at someone who turned this in, you know, as a student and said, "Hey, I think I did something here," and just like student films, because I've seen plenty of them, not everything is going to be a banger, but
it shows promise.
Yeah, you'll see
fundamental.
Even in bad student films, you see ideas,
right? Or you see like, oh, I see where they wanted to go with that. If they had just a little bit more polish or a little bit more like, you know,
or literally you move the dial one notch to the left, and all of a sudden,
exactly. So it'll be interesting to see, you know, what all makes it to PC. You know?
Yeah, I mean, once I have a PC, I'll probably try and find those games.
Yep.
Just because I want to try new stuff. I want to try stuff from new people. So, meanwhile, the least kept secret of the announcement side, Crash Team Racing Remaster.
Yeah.
Me personally, fucking why?
I love Crash Team Racing, so I'm looking forward to it.
Like I remember playing it and hating it almost as much as I hated the Crash games. So
I mean,
and, you know, that's everybody's entitled to
I never played the Crash games really. Like I played Crash Team Racing and had a blast with that, especially with my younger brother. Like we played that all the time. So I have no problem picking it up next year. I mean, personally, I'd like all of pictures. I'd like to pick up the Crash collection. I'd like to pick up the Spyro collection. The Spyro collection looks really good, like really good graphically.
I watched Giant Bomb's Quick Look. I'm like, why the fuck do I want to play that now?
Yeah, like it looks good.
It shouldn't be that cool looking. It shouldn't.
Right, and so I want to pick up that, and I'll probably pick up Crash Team Racing. So,
well, if you do, let me know. I'll play it with you.
All right.
So next award, Moose.
So the next award goes to the next award is Best Multiplayer Game, and the winner,
Bloodborne.
Surprise. Is Fortnite.
Okay.
But the category is pretty stacked. Call of Duty Black Ops 4, which I would say would be my multiplayer game of the year, personally. Destiny 2, Forsaken, Fortnite, obviously, Monster Hunter World, and then Sea of Thieves. Those were all the nominees.
Did Fortnite actually release this year?
I don't think so. I think it's still in beta, to be honest. I'm not 100% sure on that.
And is it Fortnite or is it Fortnite Battle Royale?
Are you talking about the PvE? I don't think that's released. No. Are you kidding me? They're like, we're like making bank with Battle Royale. Why are we even going to release this game?
I mean, I'm with you, but like,
yeah, sucks. It sucks that they're going to treat their fans like that. But whatever. Epic caught lightning in a bottle.
Yeah,
they done it with Unreal Tournament, and they did it with Gears, and so now they're doing it with Fortnite. So.
Yeah, I mean, let them have it, but at the same time, like,
if this
game's been out for a while now, can we just stop? handing it stuff.
It probably won't stop.
I
See,
mean,
the initial release date was July 25th, 2017, but I really want to say that is the
PvE.
Yeah, that's the PV. That's the PvP and the Battle Royale, and it's still in beta. I don't even think it's had a release. So, I don't know.
I mean, I mean, they even created a category for it this year in best ongoing game. I'm just like, come on, man. I get it. People love Fortnite. It's the biggest thing since sliced bread in terms of video games. Great, let them have it. But
yeah,
we can move on. Like we don't hand out awards to MOBAs every year for making money the way they do, especially at tournaments and actual events. So
yeah.
Let it be its own thing. The next announcement is Far Cry: A New Dawn.
Yeah.
And it's like a spin-off
about that as a Far Cry fan.
It's like a spin-off of Far Cry. I mean, I'm cool with it because one of the best things that series has done was Blood Dragon. And that was essentially DLC for Far Cry 3.
Mm-hmm.
And it was it's basically a standalone game.
I feel like it's gonna out Fallout 76.
I mean, I don't know if it's a Fallout 76 sort of thing.
I just think it's gonna do a better job than what Bethesda's game is doing. So,
well, I mean that's as maybe, but at the same time, like I think we have to recognize that Fallout 76 is a survival game, whereas Far Cry: A New Dawn will definitely be a first-person shooter with a story and actual NPCs in the world, and even a moderate attempt at narrative. And I just don't think Fallout 76 had that. And I'm also saying that as someone who did not play it. But it seemed to me that the two main characters of it are female, which I'm more than down with.
Yeah, I mean, it looks cool.
I haven't watched the trailer. I will watch the trailer before our next show and talk about it then if it's appropriate.
I think it is, because I'd like to hear your feedback on it as a Far Cry fan.
Yeah, I mean, like I said, Far Cry 5 is a bummer story wise, but it is fun. I mean, the Far Cry games are fun as hell, moment to moment.
Yeah,
like I love Far Cry 4. I love Far Cry 3. Far Cry 2 is one of the best shooters of ever. And I still need to actually play Primal. But Blood Dragon's a special goddamn thing. And it should be seen by anybody that's interested. But for now, let's move on to the next award.
Yeah. The next award that we're going to talk about is best sports/racing game. So for those watching, I should have probably been doing this all along. Nominees: FIFA 19, Forza Horizon 4, Mario Tennis Aces, NBA 2K19, and Pro Evolution Soccer 2019. The winner was Forza Horizon 4.
People are talking really well about that game.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
They're saying it's one of the better ones in the series. Congratulations.
Yeah, I agree. Congratulations, too.
Fresh off of being bought by Microsoft, Obsidian is bringing The Outer Worlds. This is the trailer that I did watch, and it's thought-provoking at the very least.
It's going to be interesting because that deal was in swing before Microsoft bought them. So
yeah, like this is their last, them.
Or, like this is probably, I mean, I know Corey and Jesse probably talked about it on Arsenal X, but is that something Microsoft would want to limit? Or would they want to try and get as much money in as possible and say, you know what, even though we own Obsidian, yeah, they can publish that game on PS4 or on Switch, or something. They can publish anything they want on those games. We just get, we get a large portion of that money, So
that's a good thing, but I also know that it's also stated here that the game is being published by Take-Two's new indie label, Private Division.
Yes,
Take-Two ain't gonna hand the rights over without money,
right? And more power to Take-Two. So if they have the publishing rights, maybe they'll get the sequel. And then if Obsidian does the sequel, see, my whole thing is like I was looking at the game and I'm like, as a PlayStation 4 player, am I going to want to invest in that world if Obsidian gets bought by Microsoft and all their next games are going to be on Microsoft only? So they could come out and say, no, this game was in development. It's being published by Take-Two's indie publishing label, and they own the rights to the publishing rights. So, the IP is going to move forward being on multiple platforms. If Microsoft allows that, then yeah, I'll invest in the world. Or perhaps maybe they do a thing where they do continue the series, but the first game has a good ending to the point where you don't have to play the rest of the series.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Where like you can play the first game, have a lot of fun with it, enjoy the hell out of it, get replayability, but then you're like, if you don't want to buy an Xbox or a PC, you can just be like, all right, well, I'm done with the series. That was great. That was a lot of fun, and it can continue for people who want to be on those platforms. I mean, more than likely, it'll probably be on PC. Like Microsoft would be stupid not to put it on the Windows Store, so even future installments would be on there. So,
right, and like even thinking like that, I also know that both you and myself are looking into exploring the possibilities of gaming on PC.
Yes, we are, both of us.
With that said, if I pick this up on PS4 and I had to get the second one on PC, I'm totally fine with that.
I wouldn't have a problem with that. Especially if they were like, hey, nothing carries over, all new characters for, or a new starting kind of like Borderlands was. Borderlands 1 had different characters than Borderlands 2, but it was still the same world, same mechanics, same humor. They just built off what they already done and polished it a little bit.
Say what you want about Obsidian's games. I feel like they've made enough of an impression on me as a developer that I'm more than willing to go wherever they're willing to take me. So, they did Fallout New Vegas, for fuck's sake. They did Knights of the Old Republic 2, which despite being broke as fuck, Knights of the Old Republic 2, I like better than the original.
I will have to say it looks like a great mix of Fallout and Borderlands.
Yeah, and then I believe they also did a lot of the development with South Park: The Stick of Truth. So, Obsidian's a good time. Next award, Moose.
On that. The next award is Best Strategy Game. BattleTech. Nominees are BattleTech, Frostpunk. Frostpunk looks freaking awesome.
Frostpunk looks so good.
Studios. It's by the same people that did This War of Mine. I highly recommend checking them out. And I don't think 11-Bit Studios is developing it, but they are publishing Children of Morta, which is like a dungeon crawling 16-bit looking an old school retro game.
Yeah, and that game looks cool.
Awesome. I think it's coming out in 2019. That's coming to like everything: Switch, PS4, Xbox, and PC. Anyways, Into the Breach is a nominee, the Banner Saga 3, and Valkyria Chronicles 4, and the winner was Into the Breach by Subset Games. So.
I agree with that. I feel like of those, I haven't played the Banner Saga 3. I can't play BattleTech because I don't have a PC, but BattleTech speaks to me in a lot of good ways. It's basically an XCOM with mechs. So
I feel like I've heard rumblings from my friends who have BattleTech, who love BattleTech, and it's good. It does the series justice.
I mean, I watched Rob and Austin at Waypoint play that game, and just watching them nerd out in ways that I could not nerd out over that, like it's a good time.
Yeah.
And then, but yeah, Into the Breach, I think, is the best example of a strategy game this year, without a doubt. Mm-hmm. And as someone who loves the idea of the Banner Saga, like it sucks that it came out as the same year as Into the Breach, but Into the Breach is fucking amazing.
I'm gonna get that on Switch. Well, I might get on PS4 if it comes to PS4, but anyways.
Yeah. Next up, Dauntless. A Monster Hunter-like RPG, Dauntless is coming to PS4 and Xbox One following its launch this year on PC. It looks like April 2019, and it'll also become available in Epic Games' newly announced store.
What we didn't talk about, and I also forgot to point out, the Far Cry game is like early next year, spring.
Yeah,
it's not even like
they're not wasting time.
They're striking while the iron's hot. They're following right off of Far Cry 5, which this seems like it's a offshoot.
Yeah,
because the main character, if you watch the trailers, spoiler alert, the main villain is in the trailers. Mm-hmm. If he's, he might not be still be alive, but whatever. Anyways, whatever's happening is happening. So I just thought that was pretty cool. That they were like, hey, it's coming out, and it's coming out. I want to say April.
Yeah, April.
I don't know. But anyways, this Dauntless looks good. Dauntless looks like it'd be a good time.
Yeah, Jason from Giant Bomb talked about it a lot. I watched his quick look. That's a cool looking thing.
Yeah, if they do a good job with it, just another great game to be out there for everyone to play and enjoy. Yeah. So good luck to them. Hopefully they can pull it off. Best to them. So.
Like, you say what you want about Fortnite, but Epic is really doing some shit with this new store.
Dude, they
are running at Steam.
Guns blazing.
Like they're like, you want to fight? You want to fight, Valve?
Yeah. I mean,
get your knives, Gabe Newell. We're coming for you.
Yeah, exactly. They're coming for Steam. And they're coming out guns blazing, and I think they're firing on all cylinders. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. So I mean that's awesome. I mean more power to them.
Competition is a good thing.
So I mean we talked about Hades, which we both love Supergiant Games, and no, like I don't fault them for it. Epic probably came to them and said, hey, if we feature your game on our store, we'll give you a huge discount on the Epic engine to run your game. If I was at Supergiant Games, I'd be like, we'd be idiots not to take this offer.
Yeah.
Even though they've released on Xbox was Bastion, and then Transistor and Pyre launched on PS4, I feel like they would just be like they made the right move. Mm-hmm. Like as a small indie video game, and we could be honest. I don't think they're going anywhere anytime soon because all of their games have been like home runs, out of the park home runs, and so I feel this will be another home run. If I get a PC before it actually launches, I will buy it on early access. I will probably buy it on PS4. I will double dip on this game because I love Supergiant Games and I want the trophies. But I think that the Epic Store is doing good things. Like they're offering discounts to their customers who use the engine to be like, if you're featured on our store, and I think Corey was even saying that they get a larger portion of the sale of their game.
Yeah,
when you went on
Epic
Steam.
Has been pretty front facing. Like it doesn't matter how much you sell, you get this.
Yeah, so like
Steam is like tiered.
Yeah, so that's pretty badass. But anyway, so I guess that would lead to the next award.
Yes.
All right, so the next award is Best Family Game. We got the noms are Mario Tennis Aces, Nintendo Labo, Overcooked, Starlink, Battle for Atlas. Sorry, I wanted to say Atlantis.
That's fine.
Atlas, and then Super Mario Party, and the winner was Overcooked 2.
Yeah. Hate your family.
Listen, I don't understand how that made best family game, and I'm not saying because it's a bad game, and I'm not saying because it's a game you don't want to play with your family, but it's almost like Monopoly in the fact that it's going to destroy relationships.
But hey, the Navarros played it, and they're still around. They haven't killed each other yet.
So. That's true. Lee's still alive.
Yeah, Lee's still alive and toying with his PC. So long may that continue. The developers of No Man's Sky have announced their follow-up.
Yeah.
It is The Last Campfire. And it follows the last Ember as it searches for a way home. The Ember will encounter fellow host souls as it makes its trek across a strange wilderness, and along the way may also find meaning. While The Last Campfire doesn't have any console platform announced yet, it is available to add to Steam wishlist, effectively confirming it'll be on PC at the very least. A release date has not been announced.
Sean Murray, hope you don't do any talking about this game. This game does not sound near as ambitious, so I also don't think it gives him the chance to. We're gonna have a little No Man's Sky powwow here.
Mm-hmm.
You and I were both not disappointed by that game because
Correct.
You and I both understood what was happening with the game.
Yep.
We tempered our expectations. Everybody let them whip them into a fury, and then when the game wasn't what they expected, they fucking hung them. You know what I mean? Like they hung them out to dry. And I ain't saying that Sean Murray's not the fault for that. I'm not saying that he shouldn't be at fault for that. But any video game that comes out, you just need to temper your expectations and just. I find that I'm just better off more and more just coming in dark.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I don't know what the hell this is. Let's just play it.
Yep.
So their next game, I'm excited they're putting out a new game. I think it'll be awesome. I mean, hell, if you look at No Man's Sky, they put out like 2 huge releases this week, or this year.
Mm-hmm.
They put out Next when it launched on the Xbox, which was like multiplayer, like third person, building, like all kinds of crazy stuff. Number 1, and then number 2, I think it might have been called The Abyss.
Yep.
But anyway, it was an underwater adventure where you were fighting underwater creatures, and it's like, that's insane.
Yeah.
So I feel like No Man's Sky is one of those games that went from like a 5 or 6 for people up to like a 7 or 8.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? As far as content, and a lot of it was free.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, obviously for the Xbox, you had to buy the next edition,
Mm-hmm.
but like all the content, those 2 major expansions that came out this year were free to the people that bought the game on PS4 initially. Yeah. So, I mean, that's just, that's awesome. So they're trying to make good on what they did or the issue that they caused. And I think their next game is going to be awesome. But, anyway.
I do as well. Next award.
Next award is Best Role-Playing Game. The nominees were Dragon Quest XI, Echoes of an Elusive Age, Monster Hunter World, Ni no Kuni 2, Revenant Kingdom, Octopath Traveler, and Pillars of Eternity 2, Deadfire, which was done by Obsidian.
Yep.
Winner was Monster Hunter World from Capcom.
I'm cool with that.
I'm cool with that too.
I mean, I like Monster Hunter World, but also like RPG is a bit weird. I mean, yes, there is some elements, but I feel like of the games mentioned, it is the least RPG. Whereas
more action.
Yeah, whereas
I could be wrong.
You look at Pillars of Eternity, like that is the most RPG.
Yeah, on that list, Pillars of Eternity is probably like the most RPG, if not Dragon's Quest.
Yeah.
Like, and I mean, Octopath Traveler is a straight shot out to old school 16-bit games.
Yeah, and like I also feel like yes, it is a JRPG, but I also feel like those games are more they're role playing games almost in a different way than a game like Pillars of Eternity. Just because most of those stats you don't get to choose to level up; they go up a certain way for you. And we could sit here and debate, but I'm glad that Monster Hunter got some love this year. So I'm going to lump in a bunch of announcements together. There's going to be another Anthem demo. It'll be accessible to everyone February 1st. It'll be available to pre-order customers January 25th until January 27th. There's also going to be a new PUBG map called Vikendi. And then Rage 2 has been given a release date. It is coming May 14th. Those are just quick ones that we don't have to spend a lot of time on, just so we can get to the next award.
The next award is Best Action/Adventure Game. Nominees are Assassin's Creed Odyssey, God of War, Marvel Spider-Man, Red Dead Redemption 2, and Shadow of the Tomb Raider. The winner was God of War.
Rightfully so. Not even a friggin' doubt. I will just go to the next announcements. Yeah, Bagel, I know. I know. There's just all these announcements, Bagel. There's just all a new game from the creators of Ark Survival Evolved. It's called Atlas. It is an ambitious-looking PC and console MMO featuring ship battles, mythological creatures, combat, and more. The PC edition is launching next week or this week, while the console version is coming in 2019 through the Xbox One Game Preview Program.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah.
Yeah. Let them have it. Next award, Moose.
Best VR/AR game. Astrobot Rescue Mission, Beat Saber, Firewall Zero Hour, Moss, Tetris Effect, which I believe all of those are PlayStation VR.
Yep.
Except for Beat Saber, I believe started on
Oculus
first. But anyways, the winner was Astrobot Rescue Missions.
Rightfully so.
Sony Interactive Entertainment of Japan. So.
Yeah. I mean, I will play Beat Saber eventually. I've only played Astrobot and Tetris Effect. Tetris Effect is amazing. One of my top 5 games of the year. But Astrobot uses VR way better. Like it uses VR in a way that Super Mario 64 used the open world for the first time. It's a good goddamn game. Dragon Age 4 is coming. Following early reports, BioWare officially confirmed a new Dragon Age game at the Game Awards. Through a brief teaser trailer, the video featured slow pans across a few artifacts and a hashtag that likely hints at a central story figure. It said, "The Dread Wolf Rises."
I didn't get to see that trailer, so I mean, I'm not like a huge Dragon Age fan. I tried getting in with I bought Origins when it was like $20 way back on the 360. I tried playing Dragon Age Inquisition when I first got my PS4, and I just nah.
Yeah,
like they just don't interest me. So
those games have a fan base, though.
Which more power to them. More power to them. If people love them, people love them. So have fun with it.
But man, BioWare's putting themselves. They're in some. They better deliver, man. They better deliver on something.
They're basically putting their head on the chopping block for EA.
Yeah.
To be honest. They don't need it. EA's not marching them out there. They're walking themselves out to the execution yard and putting their head on the block. So I mean, hopefully that does well, and hopefully what else are they doing? Oh, Anthem does well. I mean, I want Anthem to succeed.
Yeah, I don't want BioWare to fail.
It's by the same team that did Mass Effect 2. So I mean, that could be really good.
Yeah. Next award.
Best mobile game. The nominees are Donut Country, Florence, Fortnite, PUBG Mobile, and Reigns Game of Thrones. And the winner was Florence.
Cool. Annapurna Interactive published that one. Haven't played it. It looks cool, though, because I saw a trailer on their website a while back. I know, Bagel. Florence is all right. I need to play it. I know. I got it. But yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Florence looks cool.
Yeah.
Check it out. Devil May Cry is getting a free demo. Well, as of December 7th, it had a free demo.
I believe it's Xbox only, isn't it?
Pardon me?
I thought it was Xbox only.
Yeah, I'm looking at that right now. Microsoft announced at the Game Awards not only that, but the Bloody Palace mode will return for the 5th mainline entry in the series. Bloody Palace will be introduced as a free update for Devil May Cry 5 in April 2019. A new trailer also aired. That game looks cool.
Yeah, it'll be entertaining.
Yeah. I mean, I did not want to play DMC. I hadn't played all of the original series, but this new one looks kind of good. Looks kind of rad. Next award, Moose.
Best independent game.
There's one answer.
Nominees were Celeste, Dead Cells, Into the Breach, Return of the Obra Dinn, Messenger, and the winner was Celeste.
Yeah. I agree with that completely. Next announcement, or do you have any thoughts? Or
no, I mean, Celeste is good. Play it.
Yeah.
Right, I think it's available.
All those games are interesting. I want to try Return of the Obra Dinn just because I like the way Lucas Pope looks at games. Mortal Kombat 11 in a surprise announcement was announced. Ed Boon appeared on stage and announced that on April 29th, Mortal Kombat 11 will launch. Cool. They keep doing things. Let them keep doing things.
Their fighters sell. April 11th or April. I mean,
April 28th. Yeah.
Sorry,
no, April 23rd. I apologize.
An April release. That's awesome. Little less than 6 months out. So that's good. Good for them. So awards. We're gonna go with games for Impact. 11/11 Memories Retold, Celeste, Florence, Life is Strange 2 Episode 1, and The Missing, JJ Macfield and the Island of Memories, and the winner is Celeste. So there's that. Sadly, Matt is gone. So I just like to say, if you haven't played Celeste, Celeste is great. Plays a lot like Super Meat Boy. Twitch reaction, jumping, platforming, but it adds a pretty cool time mechanic to it. It's got an old school look to it. I like the retro style of it. Also, the soundtrack is unbelievably awesome. So there's that. Celeste is good. Play it.
It really is.
Play it on Switch. So if you got a Switch and you're looking for something portable to play it, because you can also like jump in and just play a couple levels and then duck out. You know, quick to play. You know, you can grind it out and get to the end of the game over a certain amount of time. If you want something to play on the go.
Hang on one second, Moose.
All right, I'm just chillaxing, partying. Oh. Okay. All right.
Had a little bit of an issue real quick.
Was Bagel okay?
Yeah. He's fine.
Yeah, good.
So Persona's Joker is coming to Smash.
Yeah,
which now people are saying, oh, Persona 5 is going to be on Switch. Which, Okay, what if it is?
Mm-hmm.
Guess who's not going to play it? All you motherfuckers that are so happy for it coming to Switch. And don't act like you are, because you're not. Because if it does come to Switch, once it's announced, you're gonna be like, oh, but this was announced on PS4. It's been there forever. Why would give us a new Persona, Atlas? When that's a dumb fucking thing too, because it takes them 10 years to make a game.
I don't think it'll release on. I don't think the Switch could handle Persona.
I mean, I don't know it can't. I don't know it can. I would be shocked if it was.
I wouldn't be shocked if they say it could.
I think they'll bring the rhythm games to Switch before they'll bring.
Although, as Corey pointed out, Persona 5 is on the PlayStation 3 in America and Japan, and the Switch is kind of like a little bit more powerful than the PlayStation 3 and the Xbox 360. So you never know. Persona 5 could make its way over to the Switch, and this could be Atlas testing the waters.
Yeah, but Atlas also doesn't freely port their stuff everywhere either.
I know, but you don't think Nintendo would come in there and like offer?
Oh, no, I'm not saying that at all. I'm not saying that at all.
Anyways, next award. So I'm gonna lump these three in together, just because they're kind of like the same thing. So we've got best performance, best audio design, and best score. Okay. Also, just they're all lumped together for another reason. So best performance nominees were Brian Deckard as Connor, Detroit Becomes Human, Christopher Judge as Kratos, God of Boy, Melissa Mahut. Sorry, I butchered her name. I apologize. As Cassandra in Assassin's Creed Odyssey, Roger Clark as Arthur Morgan in Red Dead Redemption 2, and Yuri Lowenthal as Peter Parker in Marvel Spider-Man. The winner was Roger Clark as Arthur Morgan in Red Dead Redemption 2.
Rightfully so, I think.
Best audio design was Call of Duty Black Ops, Forza Horizon 4, God of War, Marvel Spider-Man, and Red Dead Redemption 2. Winner was Red Dead Redemption 2. Best score / music was Celeste, God of War, Marvel Spider-Man, Ni no Kuni 2, Revenant Kingdom, Octopath Traveler, or Red Dead Redemption 2. And the winner was Red Dead Redemption 2. I lumped those all together because they were kind of dealing with audio and whatnot, but they also had all the same winner.
Yeah.
So, I figured it'd help us move along too.
Yeah, no, that's fine. I'm approaching my heart out anyway, so I feel like Celeste got robbed. 20 minutes.
All right, then we will make haste, my friend.
I feel like Celeste got robbed because you could say what you want about the other scores nominated. I feel like that is the most listenable.
Yeah, we were talking about that, and you were saying outside of the game.
Yeah, and don't get me wrong, Daniel Lanois is a phenomenal composer. He has produced some of the more important albums of the last 30 to 40 years. His incidental music for Red Dead Redemption is amazing, but it only works in that world.
It's funny that they had the winner as Woody Jackson.
Daniel Lanois produced it,
okay.
and he did. I know that Daniel Lanois did a lot of that. Woody Jackson may have wrote it all. I don't know. And fuck it, I could be wrong too, but
we could always be wrong.
Yes. Regardless, I just feel like that Red Dead Redemption 2's music is very much a product of how you play that game rather than actually being a piece composed for listening. So Xbox is doing a Winter of Arcade, and they got some pretty good titles here. And in it. They have Monster Boy and the Cursed Kingdom, Mutant Year Zero, a game that both you and I are interested in, Subnautica 1.0, which is something Captain Canada has talked about in our chats, which does sound really awesome, Ashen, which is basically dreamy Dark Souls, Hello Neighbor, Hide and Seek, Kingdom, Two Crowns, Desert Child, and Below, and Donut County.
Mm-hmm.
So there's like 4 of those that Matt and Moose would be all over.
Mm-hmm.
So, and to sweeten the pot, each one you purchase after your first will net you $5 in Xbox money on the Microsoft Store, up to $40 in total. So they're doing what Sony did for a while. Sony needs to do that again.
Sony hasn't done a like they used to do like play like they used to do like the Spring Fever or something like that. It's sad that they stopped doing that. I like those promotions, and it was cool.
They did like Spring Fever, Summer of Play. They did all sorts of good things.
I mean, if you look at that, there's an article out there. Freaking one of the first games that came out in the summer of arcade. It was Trials HD, Monday Night Combat, Bastion, and Brothers: A Tale of Two Sons.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it's insane. Like they've had a good run, a lot of good indie games. So I'm gonna move through some of these like relatively fast. Since
That's fine.
Hard out because I'll leave some of them for towards the end. So we've got best art direction was Assassin's Creed Odyssey, God of War, Octopath Traveler, Red Dead Redemption 2. Or Return of Obra Dinn, and the winner was Return of Obra Dinn. Best narrative was Detroit Become Human, God of War, Life is Strange 2, Episode 1, Marvel Spider-Man, Red Dead Redemption 2, and the winner was Red Dead Redemption 2. Best game direction, what nominees were A Way Out, Detroit Become Human, God of War, Marvel Spider-Man, Red Dead Redemption 2. Winner was God of War.
Agreed.
And then I only have 2 nominations left, 2 categories left. So if you want,
I have no announcements, so let's just hammer them out.
Let's go right into them. Best ongoing game nominees were Destiny 2, Fortnite, No Man's Sky, Overwatch, Tom Clancy's Rainbow Six Siege. I would have to say that all of these have done a really good job of continually giving content to their players. Massive props to Ubisoft in supporting Rainbow Six Siege. Great game. Also, way to go, Hello Games, for pulling No Man's Sky from the depths of hell. Not really depths of hell, but just turning it around for the general public to say, yeah, they've done a great job. But anyways, the winner was Fortnite.
Well, and earlier here, like I basically said, this category was created for Fortnite, and I recognize my own short-sightedness there, because when Rainbow Six Siege came out, it was talked about for like 10 seconds.
Yeah, which is sad. And then like that game has been ongoing for a long time, and they've
3 years now, like
to its own platform, which is awesome.
Yeah, which is freaking cool, and like and credit where credit's due. Like Hello Games has done they've done some really nice work with No Man's Sky. Like I haven't played as much of it as I would have liked, just because other games. But
I feel like I don't know. The game is still in beta, so I don't feel like what I mean. I don't feel like it deserves to be nominated. People could be like Moose, but Dead Cells was in early access last year, so technically it was out then. It's like, well, it released this year. It's just like it's muddy waters.
Yeah.
It just I feel like it's unfair.
Who knew that things could just change, right?
Here's the thing: like Fortnite should not be nominated next year. Like it should not be on any of the nominations unless it's just ongoing game.
Yeah.
I feel like they need to rotate it out and allow other games to have the spotlight and, get that just reward, because I feel I mean, all of those are good. I had fun with Destiny 2, even though, I mean, I didn't stick with it as long as I would have liked to. No Man's Sky is fun. They've dropped 2 expansions this year. Overwatch, Blizzard always puts out a good game, and they did a first-person shooter perfect.
Yeah.
And then Rainbow Six Siege. If you want to handle a hostage situation and break down some doors, that's what you play.
Yeah,
But,
I mean, it's like an accessible version of Counter-Strike. It's really cool.
Very much so.
And fucking good on them, man. Like that's this. I think this category is a cool thing, despite my shade throwing at it.
I think it'll even itself out like later on.
Same.
Like, I really think we'll see some really good nominees and some really good stuff on there.
Mm-hmm.
So I think we're gonna have. I don't know. We'll see other games on there. Like I think we should have saw World of Warcraft on there, especially with their latest expansion and the fact that that game has been out for fucking 14 years. You want an ongoing game? There's a fucking ongoing game.
But also, was there a lot of praise for the new expansion or no?
I mean, to be honest, I don't understand why there has. I've heard it's the best selling expansion they've ever had.
Okay.
I've also heard from not only Captain Canada, who is a WoW nut as much as I am, but I've kind of like stiff-armed my addiction to WoW so far. I don't know. My arm might break eventually, and I might buy it on PC when I build my PC. But he's saying it's awesome. They've done a lot of good things with it. I've heard a lot of good things from other people. I think it's gotten some really good reviews. I just think to pick an ongoing game and not put World of Warcraft in there, that's where my shade comes from. I don't care if Fortnite's in there, really, because it's kind of been ongoing, and the fact that it's in freaking beta. But anyways, so the last category that we're going to talk about is Game of the Year. Assassin's Creed Odyssey, Celeste, War, Marvel Spider-Man, Monster Hunter World, Red Dead Redemption 2. I'd like to point out you can pretty much play these anywhere. 2 of them you can only play on PlayStation. But if you were to only play these nominations for the year, your year is
you have a solid year.
A solid, good year of gaming, even if you're not buying everything else that you would want to buy. So I'm happy about this winning. But the winner of the Game of the Year, the VGAs, was God of War.
Yeah.
Sony Interactive Entertainment, which is awesome. Personally, when you watch our show, my Game of the Year was Spider-Man, just because I enjoyed the combat a little bit more. So I had a better time with the game than I did God of War. But I will agree, the story in God of War is phenomenal. They were neck and neck. It's like photo finish. It was a photo finish for me. And Marvel just edged it out, or Marvel Spider-Man edged it out with the gameplay, the combat.
Well, I also what I like about when you, Corey, and I do our top tens, we tend to go more on favorites, which I feel is the right way, because if you start saying, well, is this the best? Because there is a difference between best and favorite, though most people want to conflate the two. I would actually say that God of War is probably the objective best made game this year. I feel like it's art direction, it's combat, it's traversal, it's story. That is probably the pinnacle of 2018. Spider-Man is definitely super fun to play, and its degree of difficulty in getting me on board by itself is a miracle already. My Game of the Year was Celeste, just because personally that game spoke to me more than any other. But God of War is the right winner here. I was more worried that it was just going to be Red Dead Redemption 2 walking to every category they were nominated in. I don't think Red Dead Redemption 2 is a bad game by any stretch. It's a lot of game. And it is, but if just like any game, if you are willing to put in the time, you will get something out of it.
Mm-hmm.
I just ran out of being willing to put in that time. That's all.
Exactly.
But the nominees this year were fucking good. Like, there's, I usually like whenever there's the nominees for this category every year, I can usually be like, why is that there? Why is that there? I mean, I could, and I could easily say, why is Assassin's Creed there again? But the past two Assassin's Creeds have been, despite me not playing them, have the way people have talked about them have been different than prior. And yeah, like this Game of the Year category was really good, and I think the right one got it.
I agree.
I think it's at some point we can all just say, yeah, if one had to get it, we're okay with that one getting it. What were the nominees again?
I already closed the shit, but it was Assassin's Creed, God of War, Marvel. I don't think Monster Hunter was on there.
Monster Hunter World was nominated, yeah.
Okay, Monster World, Red Dead Redemption 2. I think that's it. There was a sixth one. I can't remember what it was.
Yeah, Celeste.
So it was 6.
Yeah, so that, like you said very eloquently and very succinctly, if these were the only games you played this year, you had a fucking good year.
Yeah, you did. So, you've got multiplayer in there. You've got open world. You've got platforming. You've got tight controls. You've got story, multiple good stories. I mean, I'm not an Assassin's Creed fan just because I can't get into it, not because I hate it. I've tried multiple. I've tried with Black Flag. I've tried with Syndicate. I just can't get into them. But I hear Odyssey has a really good story. I hear it's got really good gameplay. Both Jason and Jeff are enjoying the hell out of Origins, and it makes me want to play it. But it's just like, I mean, I've got stuff to play, but there's just a lot of good stuff out there. You could be a cowboy, play a Western, basically Skyrim with horses. I've tried the online mode, the beta, played that yesterday, and it's a good time. I mean, it sucks that people could just ride up to you and shoot you in the face, when you just spawn into the world. But, Rockstar said they're going to try and fix the griefing, and my cousin brought up the point, like, maybe they should just take everybody off the mini map. So, like, if you find somebody, you just happen upon them. You know what I mean? Like, it's not like, hey, there's a guy right there on the map, like 30 feet away from me. I can run over there and shoot him in the face just to be an asshole, which a lot of people were doing when we were playing. So, but I mean, there's a lot of stuff there. So, but anyways, yeah, it was a good year. This year was a good year. I mean, shout out to the indies. Shout out to Sony and their first party games. Switch had some good stuff with Octopath Traveler. So, a lot going on there. But,
all right. So I think we're going to wrap this up here.
Yeah.
For this will go this episode, then we'll go live next week, of course. And then after that, it will be our 2 Game of the Year episodes. Somewhere in there will be B-sides, which were my extra shows. And then Nerds Gone Platinum, I believe, is just staying on schedule, correct?
Yes.
Okay. So yeah, that's just our housekeeping for this. So next week, the next podcast will be this. Then it'll be Game of the Year categories, and then it'll be
Game of the Year.
Then it'll be Game of the Year. I think next week is the 17th. That'll be our last actual live recording of the year. So, I might have a little something special for you and Corey Moose. So just
shit,
maybe we'll
run for the hills, everybody.
Matt's bringing presents. But that'll bring episode 125 to an end. My name is Matthew Keel. I am at infinite_rewind on every social media platform imaginable. Moose, where can we find you?
You can find me at Sven on PSN, Twitter, Instagram, and Twitch. I just streamed some Onrush on Saturday. Having a blast with it. I'm probably going to get back to my Bloodborne playthroughs. You can catch me, Jeff, Mr. Hefe, and Jason, Gimpy J, talking about the PlayStation platform. We go live on Tuesdays at 9. The episode for podcast listening and the video go live on Thursdays, so you can catch it then. You can also tweet us at NG_platinum. Tag us if you want. Ask us what we're playing. You can also email us questions, comments, and concerns to nerdsgoneplatinum@gmail.com. That's pretty much it.
And there's a third member of this little shit show that's not here tonight because Moose and I wanted to give him the day off. We said, hey, you relax. Mm-hmm. His name is Corey Dierig. He basically runs things here at Nerds Gone Rogue, and he does a fantastic job. You can find him on social media at CoreyInHD86. You can also find him on PSN at Rogue Spartan 4. And as Moose said, message us, play games with us. We try our best to interact with our community in all the ways possible. And yeah. Our content goes up on YouTube at youtube.com/ngrradio. We have a website, ngrradio.com. There will be Game of the Year stuff going up everywhere over the next couple weeks. Mm-hmm. And for whatever holiday you're celebrating, I hope it's a happy one. I hope you guys have a happy new year. And until our next show, we love you. Banana and out.
You're welcome.